Hey guys, welcome back to Make Away Life Coaching. My name is Sarah and I'm the life coach here. Today is Boundary Work Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe below because we are changing lives here. And I love hearing from you guys on this series. Ultimately, I want to open a Facebook group to tie in our boundary work with a Facebook community focused on changing our lives through boundary work, but I'm not there yet. One thing at a time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Today's part 2 of Sherrie's life. Okay, boundaries, get the book. I know I'm always telling you to buy books, but you know what? Books are cheaper than therapy and life coaching, so there you go. This is a must-read if you want to really understand boundaries. Henry Cloud and John Townsend. I'm so grateful for this book. It changed my life. I just want to talk about Sherrie. Last week, Sherrie, Miss Sherrie, I love Sherrie. Oh, Sherrie is all of us. Sherrie is me before boundaries. Running around ragged, trying to please everybody, exhausted and resentful and poof, coming to the rock bottom of her own self. I know I got there too, Sherrie. I'm not judging. All right, this is part 2 of Sherrie's life. Last week we talked about Sherrie's interactions with her mom, her martyr mom. Today we're going to talk about her friends because we love our friends sometimes. Sometimes our friends need a boundary. Okay. Sherrie's at work the day after. Last week she was with her mom instead of making the costume. This is the next morning at work. The rest of Sherrie's morning proceeded fairly well. A talented fashion designer, Sherrie had an unerring eye for attractive clothing and was a valuable asset to McAllister. The only hitch came just before lunch. Her extension rang. Sherrie Phillips. Sherrie, thank goodness you're there. I don't know what I'd done if you'd been at lunch. There was no mistaking the voice. Sherrie had known Lois Thompson since grade school. A high-strung woman, Lois was always in crisis. Sherrie had always tried to make herself available to Lois to be there for her. But Lois never asked Sherrie how she was doing, and when Sherrie mentioned her struggles, Lois either changed the subject or had to leave. Uh-oh, that's not a very good friend. Warning sign number 1. Sherrie genuinely loved Lois and was concerned about her problems, but Lois seemed more like a client than a friend. Sherrie resented the imbalance in their friendship. Remember, when we don't have boundaries, our resentments grow. As always, Sherrie felt guilty when she thought about her anger at Lois. As a Christian, she knew the value the Bible placed on loving and helping others. There I go again, she would say to herself, thinking of myself before others. She would say to herself, please, Lord, let me give to Lois freely and not be so self-centered. Sherrie, you're a trooper. Sherrie asked, what's the matter, Lois? It's horrible, just horrible, Lois said. Anne was sent home from school today, Tom was denied his promotion, and my car gave out on the freeway. It's horrible, just horrible. This is what my life's like every day, Sherrie thought to herself, feeling the resentment rising. However, she merely said, Lois, you poor thing, how are you coping with all of this? Lois was happy to answer Sherrie's question in great detail, so much detail that Sherrie missed half her lunch break consoling her friend. Well, she thought, fast food's better than no food. Sitting at the drive-thru waiting for her chicken burger, Sherrie thought about Lois. If all my listening, consoling, and advice had made any difference over the years, maybe it would be worth it. But Lois makes the same mistakes now that she made 20 years ago. Why do I do this to myself? Sherrie asks. Ooh, girl, let's talk about that. Okay, this week, our Boundary Work Wednesday assignment is for you to leave comments or email me at sarah@makeawaylifecoaching.com. I want to hear from you. How could Sherrie have handled her interaction with her friend Lois differently in regards to boundaries? So did she try to set a boundary? Actually, I don't think she did. No, she didn't. Lois kind of came at her pretty strong. And a boundary could have been, Lois, I wish I could talk to you, but I need to go get food because it's my lunch hour. I hope we can talk some other time. Bye-bye. Okay? Something like that. So she didn't even try that. She just kind of got like swept into Lois's drama and she ended up missing half of her lunch. Could have been all of her lunch. And then she settled on her food choices. Fast food's better than no food, which is true, but fast food is not, nourishing self-care food. And most of us don't feel great after great about ourselves after we eat fast food. And then she's full of resentment. So please leave comments. How could Sherrie have handled this differently? What's a boundary she could have put in? There's so many. You guys, the cool thing about boundaries is there's no one right or wrong answer. There's like a million. So tell me what you think. And then remember, you set a boundary, you hold a boundary, and then you accept the consequences. So what are the consequences? Are pro and con. So what would be the pro possible of your solution, consequence, and the con? Okay, because usually the people who are on the receiving end of our boundaries have feelings about it that they would consider a con. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss us. I'm going to see you on Friday when we're going to talk about the Enneagram and how it's changed my life. And come back next Wednesday. We're going to talk about all your ideas about how to set boundaries. And it's going to be amazing. I'll see you then. Take care. Bye-bye.